Turn it up. You're listening to Live and Loud with the Lord, Nelson, that is.
You are now rocking with Live and Loud with the Lord, Christmas edition, 2K24 with it.
Everybody in my band's an A-list player. I just don't have time for B-list guys.
Hired Gun is the best available musician. Nobody will know who he is, but he gets the gig because he's the elite player.
I have the most brilliant, wonderful, best ever band. Give him a hand.
As a hired gun, quote unquote, I'm there to be a supportive band member to the artist, to the other musicians, to the audience.
We know the riffs that they played on guitar or piano or saxophone, but we don't know their face or their name.
For years, I've been like, I don't want to be a side guy anymore. But how do you say no to Bon Jovi?
When I was a kid, I always said I want to be in a band like a Kiss. I didn't know I'd end up in Kiss.
You're sitting in the front row to a very glamorous lifestyle, but it has nothing to do with you.
Billy Joel sounded like Billy Joel because of Liberty DeVito. The Keith Richards of that band.
If Billy is the father of those songs, I'm at least the uncle.
You look at the Billboard Top 100, and you're like on 30 of the songs, and we had a lot to do with them.
It seems like there's about 20 musicians we're talking about that have made every single record that everybody owns.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you know who it is. It's the big guy with the big show. The Lord Nelson, that is. Yes, indeed. From Live and Loud with the Lord on the CMS network with 5 Royals Entertainment. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, you know that I'm your favorite podcaster's favorite podcaster. I'm just doing this thing I say, like I believe that, man, but it's all love, man. So listen, we have an amazing guest. You see him right there. He's shining, he's glistening, he's a handsome young man, almost as handsome as I am, but he's a good looking dude too. He's an accomplished film producer, director, photographer, videographer, and storyteller who has made a significant impact in the entertainment industry. This young man is known for his ability to bring compelling narratives to life, where he captures the raw emotions and powerful journeys of artists and individuals, often shining a spotlight on the unseen struggles behind success. And we know that there's a lot of them, man, more than we would even understand, man, but he's a great person to bring that to light. So his groundbreaking documentary, Hired Gun, earned widespread acclaim, offering an intimate look at the lives of world-class musicians who perform alongside the big names in the industry, but rarely getting the shine they deserve. With other incredible documentaries like the awesome Who You Gonna Call, a deep dive into the life of the iconic Ray Parker Jr., so many memories for me from Ray Parker, man, to the beautiful and talented songstress, Dolly Parton. And she looks so good, man. She looks so good. Performing at the O2 in London, this young man has displayed a unique talent for blending artistry and authenticity, drawing audiences into the personal stories behind the headlines. With a deep passion for music and storytelling, he continues to push boundaries, inspiring creatives and fans alike. Whether behind the camera or in collaboration with the industry's elite, his dedication to his craft is truly next level nice, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, I introduce to you that guy, that dude in return guest, Mr. Fran Strine. Yes, indeed. What's going on, bro?
Good, man. How's it going?
Hey, man, another day in the life of my brother. Thank you. I know that, we're coming back because, I made a little mistake there, but, thank you.
All good, man.
Time out of your time to come back and hang out with me for a moment, man, because it's important. It's important, man. Indeed. So before we get into the reason why you're here again, and, it's an exciting thing, let's talk about the documentaries, man, if you don't mind, man. Hired Gun and Ray Parker, Dolly. Let's talk about those right quick, man.
What do you want to know?
I want to know how you got into this and what made you want to, do that. What made you want to do Hired Gun? Let's talk about that one first.
Okay, a lot of things made me want to do that movie. Previous to doing my first feature-length documentary of that sort that goes to a big streamer like a Netflix or a Peacock where it is now, I had done several like making of documentaries. Like when album sales started slumping, record companies used to package what they called a digipack. So there'd be a CD on one side, like a DVD featurette on the other, and to my boys in Seven Dust, man, I had the opportunity to do my first one when they did the album Seasons.
Yeah.
And I just happened to have a little camcorder like this one, just a prosumer, $200 camcorder in my hand at the studio. They invited me to come hang out with my son. So I was in there, and Sean Johnson, who was their A&R guy at the time, was in the studio too. And he goes, you do video production? And at the time I did not. I didn't even own a computer or any editing software. I just had this.
Right.
And I just said, yes, I do. We're looking for, right? Fake it till you make it sometimes.
Of course, man. Opportunity knocks, baby.
Yeah. And I brought my little handy cam on tour with me on my first tour, which was Tattoo the Earth.
Right.
Only hired as a tour photographer. I brought out the handy cam. I'm like, man, this is cool, because I'd never shot before. And I'm like, moving pictures, and I can really tell more of a story. And with that opportunity with TVT Records and Seven Dust and Butch Walker for being so cool for letting me just invade his spot, filming for 6 to 8 weeks, the whole time we're in there, that DVD accompaniment was a success.
Right.
And I got my name out there. And the next thing you know, Seether wanted one. So I did in the studio with Seether with Brendan O'Brien, the producer, who hated video cameras in the studio. So that was a change. Oh yeah, he does not like it at all. Cool guy.
Yeah.
But he just, he's got a secret sauce and he doesn't want anybody to see how it works.
I got you.
However, he let me in. And from time to time would just ask me to turn it off if there was something he wanted to discuss with Sean, the singer or whatnot.
Yeah.
I was respectful. And I tried to be as much of a fly on the wall as I could, but that one did really well. The next thing you know, Nickelback's calling. They did their big album For All the Right Reasons in Vancouver. So they sent me to Vancouver, spent a couple of weeks with those guys, did that, and it just kind of snowballed. So I was on my very last tour as a photographer and video guy with Five Finger Death Punch.
I figured, yeah.
Yeah, and I was turning the corner of 50, 51 years old, and I was fried from touring, especially with that band, because there was a lot of drama at the time.
Right.
I understand that they're all clean and sober, now, which I'm thankful for, because they were a disaster. Not all of them, some of them.
Right.
And hang on one second. I got this cord.
Are you good?
There we go. And anyway, we're in Australia, and the singer gets arrested on a flight, and I'm like,
wow,
I can't do this anymore.
Wow.
Plus, I loved, I just got a place in Northern California near San Francisco that I really loved and wanted to have a life, have a relationship, hang out with friends and whatnot. So when we were flying from Singapore to Stockholm, Sweden, it was a 17-and-a-half-hour flight nonstop. And during that flight is when the wheels started turning for what's my exit from this situation and from touring. And the idea popped in my head about Hired Gun. I had recently seen a documentary film called 20 Feet from Stardom. Heavily influenced my idea for Hired Gun. And got back to the States, told the band that was it. I'm retiring from touring and haven't stepped foot on a tour bus since.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how different was that from doing that? Okay, so now you go into Hired Gun. and then you did Dolly before you did the Ray Parker. So what was it like, that concert with Dolly Parton, man? And you directed that one, correct?
Yeah. That was a journey, man. I'd gotten the call, and it's so crazy because I'd met her manager, Danny Nozell, who was Slipknot's tour manager at the time, back in 1998, 99.
Right.
And we hit it off, he and I. And then I did Tattoo of the Earth, which had Slipknot on it. He was their tour manager then. I think after that, when they were taking a break, making another album or whatnot, he was a tour manager for Coal Chamber.
Wow.
And I'd done a lot of shooting with Coal Chamber at the time too. So he called me out of the blue, maybe a few years later, several years later. He was like, hey, so I'm managing Dolly now. I mean, what do you mean, man? Like tour? No. I manage her whole worldwide career.
Wow.
And we're looking to do a live concert DVD. And I thought of you immediately because we're looking to kind of edge her up a little bit, and get with a programmer. Are you interested? I'm like, yes, I am. So that was a lot of navigating. First of all, it was overseas. And I never shot a big production like that across the pond, so that was a challenge. And then when you get to the O2 Arena, it's not like your arenas here. It is humongous. So I get there and I'm like, holy shit, we need more lights, because I had a fourth or fifth tier where it's just dark, like you can't see anybody. It's 2 nights sold out. So I was like, I want to see the people. And we need another jib arm. I had 2, we needed a third one, and the manager's like, yeah, man, get whatever you need. She's down. We just got to make this great.
Right.
So I got a third jib and it was just spinning the whole time in a circle, just capturing it like a helicopter.
Yes.
So that was it. And then it was phenomenal, man. It went gold right away. And she sent me a gold plaque. She was nice.
Really? I didn't know that. Yeah, man, it's a great show. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
I was shocked. I just went to the mailbox one day. It's Dolly Parton Enterprises. I'm like, what could this be?
Wow.
There was a beautiful plaque with my name, presenting, from RIAA. What is it? RIAA?
RIAA, yeah.
So I have that and Slipknot gave me one as well. Just,
man, that's awesome.
From back in the day, from their first album, it went platinum.
Yeah.
And if I'm correct, I might be the first person to ever get them a photo in a magazine here in the United States back in 1999. And they never forgot it, and, I was kind of like family, I guess.
Not like family. You were a family, man.
They were cool, man. Anytime I toured with them, we all got along, and any shows I go to, we're all bro hugging and yeah, great guys, man. I have such fond memories touring with them.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So how fun was it, with Ray Parker Jr.? And once again, man, my youth, there's so many of his songs that I grew up with, man. It's just, it's amazing, man. How was he to work with?
Man, Ray, he's a friend.
Yes.
Like I consider him almost like an uncle. He's just the coolest dude in the world.
Yeah.
I had my girlfriend at the time bought a home in Calabasas, California.
Calabasas.
Yep. And I lived probably 2 blocks away from Ray Parker. So we'd hang out every single day. You know? And he's just the coolest dude ever, man. And the reason I got to do his film was he's in Hired Gun for maybe 2 minutes.
Right.
And we had a film festival in Australia, and I would always bring Ray with me to film festivals. A, he loves to travel, and it's free for him.
Yeah.
And he puts asses in seats everywhere he goes. It was sold out because of Ray Parker Jr. was there.
Wow.
And because people love the movie too, but they wanted to hear Ray talk and hang out.
Of course.
So on the flight there, man, we're sitting up front of the airplane. It was 16 hours from LA to Melbourne. And we start talking. He starts telling me all this other stuff about his career I knew nothing about. We didn't get to talk about it in Hired Gun.
Right.
Went a couple hours to talk to him. And I almost told the pilot to turn back around. I was like, immediately I knew my next movie. So we got home. After the jet lag wore off, I wanted to give Ray a little bit of time. And I just called him up. I'm like, man, this is going to sound crazy, but what do you think about me doing a film on your life?
Oh man, awesome.
Me? I was like, yeah, you. He goes, do you mean I get to see my face on a 70-foot screen? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, I'm in. He was that cool about it.
Yes,
So,
yeah,
it was so fun to make. It was easy to make.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of the people I got to enter, Holland Dozier Holland, you know, if anybody knows anything about Motown, those guys that produce and wrote for the Supremes, the Four Tops, the Temptations, you know, Sugar Pie Honey Bunch. They wrote all those songs, man.
Wow.
You know, Stevie Wonder, I got to interview. If you would have told me ever that I was going to be able to interview Stevie Wonder, I would have slapped you in the face. Like, what do you mean I'm going to interview Stevie Wonder? And he was so cool, man. Because you hear all the stories about people, and I don't get starstruck often, but Stevie and Dolly and maybe Kiss, Alice Cooper, you know, I got like
Alice,
pitch myself. It makes me realize I'm still a fan. You know?
That's what's beautiful about it. You don't ever want to lose that. You know,
I don't.
When you see people, you know, to get goosebumps from seeing them, and just those three that you've done right there, man. It's an amazing. That's just amazing to me because you know, once again, like I told you before, I picture everything, and so everything you just said, man, I'm picturing it. And you're like, man, I want to tell the pilot to turn this around. You know, turn this plane around, man. And, you know,
I'm serious.
I'm
sitting there trying to promote Hired Gun, and all I can think about is getting home and talking to Ray Parker Jr. about doing his movie. You know, because the wheel just spin. I'm like, you played on Lovely Day by Bill Withers.
Oh man,
you were 18. Yep. Yes. You wrote, you know, Shaka Khan's one of her biggest hits. Yep. You wrote Mr. Telephone Man by New Edition. Yeah.
Classic greatness icon. I mean, he really is an icon, man, no doubt about it. So let me ask you this. So you've had the opportunity to, you know, and pleasure of photographing some of the biggest stars in the industry, and this has been the foundation for your present artistic ventures. When you see these photos that you may not have seen in years, does it evoke vivid memories of those times, and do they time machine you?
They do, man, because a lot of them, to be honest with you, as I've been scanning all these images, I've forgotten about. And then when I see them, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot I shot this. You know, like even obscure stuff like, you know, Stormtroopers of Death. Where the hell? I don't even know where I took the picture. I knew I took it because I remember hanging out with those guys. They were funny as Billy Milano, the singer, hysterical. Scotty and hysterical, you know. And the John Bush era of Anthrax I shot, had no idea.
Wow.
And I was room with these guys. It wasn't just like live photos. I did a photo shoot with them, you know. Coal Chamber. So much fun to shoot. And I was just like, I don't even know where I took that. You know, Raina, the old bass player, is sitting over a toilet like she's pissing. And the rest of the band are by this organ. I'm like, where is that? Because I don't remember. I traveled so much before, but it definitely evokes a lot of stuff, and it really jump started me. I'm like, what am I doing? I quit taking pictures. You know, so wrapped up into doing film that I kind of lost my passion for photography. And going through all these images, I'm like, you know what? I got to get back into this.
Yeah.
I don't even care about making the money. You know, I enjoyed it. So I went on and found this beast. It is called a Nikon F5. It is a 35 millimeter film camera. And it's dangerous because you never know what you're going to get with film. You can't see it. You better hope you're metering it right and your apertures are set properly and your shutter speeds are right. I'm going to test this baby out next week. I'm going to shoot Creed and Seven Dust.
Really? Now, you know, it still looks like, but the digital cameras that, you know, the housing, it seems the same. You know,
this is from 1996 or 5. I took my time. It took me almost a month to find. This thing's in triple mint condition. I am lucky to have found it, and I know it. And now I just, you know, I got a really good connection with Kodak, and just ordered a shit ton of film, and I'll wait to go blaze through this stuff and see what I come up with.
Oh man, you're gonna create something magnificent, man. So to be a lover of music and to pair it with the visuals is a win-win. So do you ever have a desire to get back out there just for a tour or two? And what you're kind of saying, that's what you're going to do. Right? So what capacity are you going to be with? You said Seven Dust, right? What capacity will this be right now?
Just going to the show, setting up some, I'll probably do like some portraiture, like a little studio setup backstage and do like a film with the bands. And I have no desire to tour. However, if Rob Halford, if you're listening, Priest I would do it for free. I'm not bullshitting you. Like whatever.
Right.
On the road, I'm your dude. You can just let me have copies.
Yeah.
You own everything.
Right.
I would do it in 10 seconds.
That's it. Once again, you know, I know when you're looking at your content, looking at your page, man, and you're a Judas Priest fan, man, it's awesome. And that was my next question to you. If you had the opportunity to.
Those two records right there, that's British Steel and Screaming for Vengeance, man. I'm a Judas Priest freak, so yeah. You guys are looking, I'm in 100%.
That's awesome. So with the experience you have now, do you look back and say, if I would have recorded all of that footage, I could have made so many epic documentaries, man?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, the reason this is not the one I brought on tour with me. I actually bought this on eBay.
Right.
Because I needed a player that would play many DV tapes, because I have about 500 tapes.
Wow.
And I just went through a couple of them. I'm like, I don't remember shooting half the shit. Like, here's Slayer on half this tape, and then Alter Bridge on the other. With Mark 2 feet from my face. I'm like, where did I shoot this? And then I found about 15 tapes of Slipknot stuff.
Wow.
And I toured with Slipknot on a couple album cycles. And this one was from the Duality album, whatever that one was. And they played the Tabernacle, which was my hometown at the time.
Yes, sir.
I asked Sean, or Clown, as they call him in the band. I was like, hey, I've got some bros here that have the same kind of cameras that I'm shooting with. I was like, what do you think about doing a multi-camera shoot? Maybe one day we use it or whatever. He goes, I don't care. Go ahead. We had 7 cameras set up in the Tabernacle. And I've got all that footage. Man.
All different angles, man. Just 7 cameras, man.
Multi-camera shoot. Dude, and Fear Factory, I found. Multi-camera.
Yeah.
Machine Head, multi-camera.
Wow.
I found, I don't know why I was interviewing them, but I have video of me interviewing Hootie and the Blowfish.
Really? South Carolina, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. So Hootie, who else? Some obscure Tonic. Remember Tonic?
Tonic, yeah.
Had the one, If You Could See Me Now. Elton McCain. I actually shot an Elton McCain live concert DVD, but this was something, this was before I did this. This had to be 95, 96. I don't know. But, there's so many other tapes I have to go through. I don't even know.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you guys not understand? He has that life that many of us would love to live. But he's such a professional. Listen, he's such a professional. He's not bragging. He's humble about it. Look, he's just going through it. He doesn't even remember things. I mean, he lived out in Calabasas with the asses out there. You know what I mean?
You're right. There are asses out there. The car. Yeah. Don't get me into that. I'm actually happy to be out of California, believe it or not.
Now, where did you say you are now?
I'm in Edmond, Oklahoma, of all places. My best friend lives here. He actually financed Hired Gun. He's executive producer. And my dear friend, John Humphreys from Seether, lives 5 minutes away.
That's John. Okay, yeah. So you know what you were on with the amazing Scott Bowling, good company.
Yeah, he's cool, man.
And listen, Scott's my guy, man. I call him Scott Super Bowling, man. He's that dude. Both of us are on the CMS network also, man. But yeah, so I just did a show with him, his Christmas special, and with Islander and John, from Seether. And man, Amazing time, man. And yeah, y'all is real cool, man. You know, we hung out in Charleston a little bit, man. You know, I went to see the band with Corey Lowry and Sean.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
man.
So I came out here just to see my friend and notice all these open houses out here. I'm like, because being in Cal, you know, the house like $2-3 million,
right.
10 million.
Right.
What's this house? About 600,000-700,000? He's like, try 200,000 to 300,000. I'm like,
wow.
What?
Yeah.
I was looking to make a change in my life. You know, I'm like older now. Just want to, I don't want to sit in 2.5 hours of traffic and all the shit out there.
Right.
And, there's a really good tax incentive here for film production, which is a bonus. You know, I can get anywhere I want within 20 minutes. You know, I called Edmond, to me, is like the Austin, Texas of Oklahoma. It's cool. It's hip. Getting gentrified. They're building everywhere around here. It's a really great community.
Right.
And I had sushi with John Humphrey from a procedure, and he talked me. He's just like, I could live anywhere I want, man. This is where I choose because
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, and I found this house I'm currently in, and I lost a bid on one house because I waited a day too long. Because pretty here is going like, you better make an offer and do it quick.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I toured this house. I'm like, it's bigger than 4 bedrooms, way bigger than I need. But it's got a yard for the dog. And I was like, when is it? And it wasn't an open house. It was just an agent's showing. They were showing the house. This was on a Wednesday. They were showing it on a Sunday for open house. And I was just like, tell the lady that owns the house, I'll pay cash if she'll accept the offer today.
Right.
And he went and did it. And 2 hours later, he goes, congratulations, you're a homeowner. I'm like,
that's awesome. It just reminds me of seeing all the, you know, the shows, those housing shows I watch, man.
Dude, this is really like, look, the house we got in Calabasas, it took us 9 months to find because, yeah, it was right at the beginning at like mid-COVID, I guess, and how they were going. Interest rates were like 2-3%, so people are buying everything.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so lesson to people: if you find a good deal, jump on it.
Jump on it, man. I don't. I always tell my wife things like that. So you're watching this and you're trying to get that best deal on it. I was like, you're not the only one watching this, you know. And when you're trying to get that best deal and somebody else will come in there and swoop on it and snatch it up, man. So, yeah, man, I understand it clearly.
Like this camera, man. When I found this camera, I'm like, I got to get it. Immediately purchased it on eBay. I'm like, I need this thing shipped next day air. Don't send it ground, you know?
Awesome, man. I know you're going to do some amazing things with it. So your photos bring these artists to life for me. So it's more than just a picture. And you are an artist capturing these artists in their purest artistic form. So when you're looking through that lens, are you looking for that perfect shot? And do you know when you have something special?
It's funny you say that because that's the difference between shooting on film and digital. With digital, you've got plenty of room for error.
Right.
You shoot 10,000 shots, it's not going to cost you anything. Film, you got either 24 or 36 shots per roll. And then you got to burden the artist of waiting till you unspool it, put another one in, wind it up, get everything calibrated and ready to go.
Right.
So when I'm shooting film back then, I was very selective, you know, like the shot of Slipknot. Now I got to get 9 guys contained.
Right.
Or like this one with, you know, all that's on film.
Yeah.
So it's like, and there's not a lot of room for error, you know. So I made most of my shots count, you know. When it came to digital, different story. You know, just fire away. You're gonna get something. And then with Dolly Parton, I did digital, but she gave me the authority to say, hey, when you have 3 good shots, you tell me, I'll go change my wardrobe.
Right.
Okay. So, you know, between me and my trusty first camera assistant, you know, he's just like, you're good now. So I would just tell her, okay, we got the shots. So then she would go to the bus and change and come back into the studio and start again. So yeah, so it's fun. With Dolly, I didn't have to direct her that much, man. She's just a pro. She's been doing this since she was 3
Look at it. Look at it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was so easy working with her, man. It was a joy.
she's professional.
She's a pro, and she is the absolute pro, and just cool as she can be.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, during the first time you were here, man, and then when I went out there and I watched the O2 again, because I had watched it before and I watched it again and I just sat there and I just looked at her. It was with ease. She just did everything with ease. She's done it for so long, man. But like I'm telling you, man, everything about her, from her makeup to her wardrobe, everything just seemed perfect, flawless. And I was like, let me go see how old Dolly Parton is. I said, let me go look. And I was like, 78, I believe it is. Yeah. And I said to myself, and she looks amazing, man.
Yes, so much energy, man.
I mean, she's hot still. She's real hot.
Oh, yeah, she's smoking hot, and her energy level is through the roof.
Where's my wife? Let me be careful.
Yeah, exactly.
Babe, Dolly Parton's hard. She's hot. I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah, she really is, and cool as hell, man.
Yes, indeed. So, a guesstimate. How many pictures do you believe you've taken over the years?
Film, 15, 20,000, digital, hundreds of thousands.
Wow.
Because like I said, digital, are they good? I don't, but when I'm, usable, I mean, there's 10,000 usable shots probably throughout the career. Yeah.
Goodness, man. Wow. Yeah. Wow. So you're now swimming deep in the video side of the ocean. You want to get back into the film. So do you look at this as an extension of your incredible photography skills? And are you more, less, or equally passionate about it?
Oof, that's a good one. Photography was my first love. And I didn't even know it because I wasn't trying to get into photography. It just kind of felt.
Yeah.
I did it as a mechanism to capture memories from shows that I went to. I had no aspirations of ever being a photographer or a filmmaker.
Right.
But once I discovered the art of telling stories, that really caught me, man. Because then you're telling a linear story that you hope will capture the attention of the audience and make them feel good, make them cry, make them laugh, sing, or whatever. So when you can go into the theater and all those emotions connect with people, there's no feeling like that in the world. Still image, okay, what a great shot, but when you're telling a story and you see a tear come down somebody's face or joy from them, that is something cool. And, I think my gift for storytelling is the fact that I did go on the road and in the studio environment with all these artists, because I know how to speak to these guys.
Yes.
And the biggest thing, and any photographer will tell you this, and maybe any artist too, would let you in, it's all about the trust.
Right.
If you got their trust, you've got it all.
That's big.
And you don't ever want to break the trust. There's on the cutting room floor that people would be divorced over or ashamed of, but I would never.
Right.
Because I'm not gonna put them in that position.
No, that is what you just said right there. That is gigantic. That's enormous for someone to, because we are all human beings. We all go through things, and even though they're like superstars, they're still human beings. They still make mistakes. Things still happen. And so for them to have that trust in you, where like, I'm not worried about it. Fran's got me. He's got me. Okay, he's gonna save me on that one. Thank you, Fran.
I got their back. They got my back.
That's awesome, man.
Well, I still work, right?
Yeah, that's it. Indeed. So, who has inspired you cinematically? Any movies or documentaries? I think you said something a little bit earlier. Producers or directors.
20 Feet from Stardom. Huge influence on me. I thought the movie Amy, the documentary, was masterpiece. It was all done with only archives too. There's no sit down talking head interviews. As far as movie goes, the Coen brothers, I love them to death. Martin Scorsese, Paul Thomas Anderson, Quentin Tarantino, who I got to meet once. Christopher Nolan, I got to meet. All those guys, man. They just, and I study the thing. Any girl I date when we go to the movies, I'm such a freak about studying the movie that I'm looking for different camera angles, lighting, the way they set up the shot.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing them crunching on popcorn and trying to talk to me. I'm like, I'm looking at them like they got 6 heads. I'm like, are you kidding me? There's a cinematic masterpiece happening, and I'm trying to be a sponge and learn some of this. And you're trying to talk to me right now, So that's how I definitely when they say steal a little bit and borrow, So I'm guilty of that. Yeah.
But once again, rest in peace to the great Quincy Jones. I just always remember him saying, Chuck D had him on a show one time, and I used to talk about this a lot because I thought it was just a profound thing that he was saying. He was like, when you're doing whatever it is you're doing, and say you're doing film, he's like, just like you were just saying, when you're watching these other talented directors and producers do their thing, and he said, you grab 10 different things from 10 different people.
Right.
And once you do that, you'll have your own distinct style that is you. And I was just like, wow, man. And then I thought about how many people that I have paid attention to, even before I got with Stuck Mojo, watching Bones. I knew I couldn't be Bones, but there's certain things that I would just grab a little bit from and say like, hey, I can do this, or watching Seven Dust and saying, like, John does this, or Benji from Skindred, or, Slipknot saying like, hey, man, I love this, or Korn when I was like, they're like, take this energy down like this. So there's so many things that you grab, just little parts of it, not to be them, because you can never be them. No matter what you do, you can never be them. But to put all those together, man, and I think you've done it very well, and it's you. It's like when you do what you do, it's you. It's Fran. It's not anybody else. It's you.
I appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you.
No, that's real, man. That's real deal. So, what was the best tours you blessed with your photographic talents? Which tours were the best one?
Man, best. A lot of people hated Tattoo of the Earth because it was such a clusterfuck. And it really was. It was a nightmare for a lot of people, except for me, because it was my first tour. Some of my favorites, Slayer, Slipknot, Seven Dust, Sepultura, Amen. All those bands I got to photograph every day, a la carte, like, oh, come up on stage, do whatever you want. So that was a trip. That was surreal to me. And from there, man, I gained the trust of Slayer and did a few Slayer tours.
That's big.
Slipknot, my God, Amen. Sonny Mayo, still a dear friend, and he actually at my house when he was in Seven Dust. They recorded it free, and I did that making up DVD. I think it was called Next. The album was called Next. And he needed a place to live, and I had a spare bedroom in Atlanta, and he stayed there, and we drove to the studio every day together and had a great time. We're still friends, and I just saw him at my friend Josh and Nita Strauss's wedding.
Yeah, right there, right?
Yeah. So I went to her wedding, and Sonny was there, so I got to catch up with him. Saw David Draymond. That was a fun tour with Disturbed. Alice Cooper was there, so I got to reconnect with him.
So now, do I remember correctly that the guy that funded Hired Gun, was that the same guy that you introduced to Alice Cooper? That's the same one, right? I remember that story, man. I was just like, because you were saying like he was just like, all you do is introduce me to Alice.
Hey, I came here last October for my birthday for a week to hang out with Todd, is his name,
right?
Polk. And Alice Cooper was playing in a little teeny town called Enid, Oklahoma. It's in the middle of nowhere,
right?
And I'm like, we're going to go. It's on my birthday. We have to go.
Yeah.
And I'd hit up one of my buddies, Rob Finn, who's a fantastic photographer as well. He was working on the Alice Cooper tour. I'm like, I already got tickets to the band, but I was like, I want to let Todd be able to see Alice again. Is there any way to get us in the meet and greet? He goes, yeah. Come on down. And Todd was getting ready to take a shower, and it was about an hour and a half drive.
Right.
We had to be there at 5 o'clock. I'm like, we're never going to make it if you take a shower. Get your out. Let's get in the car and go. So we did. So we got to hang out with Alice for a bit and talk about Hired Gun. It was just wonderful, man. He's such a good dude.
As you say, just like I told you before, Wayne, well, we're not worthy. We're not worthy.
I don't feel worthy around him.
Hold on a sec, man. I got something for you, man.
Okay.
You're such a good dude, man. I got something for you, man. I got something for you, man. Let's see if we can get this right, man. Man, what we got going on, bro? Let's get him on here. I've been waiting on it to happen too.
Oh shit.
Let's see what's up with him, man. Listen, we just had a good conversation about you the other day.
Oh, here we go, Steelers. Here we go. What's up, man?
What's up, Mr. Fran Strine?
My God, my boy.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. You are the hardest friend in my life. I told everybody about when you cursed me and Rich out and said, fuck both of y'all, I ain't choosing between you, and left.
Yeah.
That was the most friend shit in the world, bro. Thank you.
What?
So we talked, man. Listen, both of us just talking. We had a good conversation the other day, and I was telling him, I said, I messed up before I got him coming back. And both was like, nah, man, let me come on now. I was just like, are you serious? I said, of course. What you talking about?
Hey, man,
come on.
We gotta understand something. I've been watching Fran from afar.
Yeah.
And I haven't spoke to him since then.
Right.
And I'm so proud of this man because he changed up everything. My man did a whole 180 to be happy.
Right.
And that's what it's about, man, finding that happiness. But I'm not going to stay long, Mr. Fran. I just wanted to say, hey, I love you. Ooh, you remember the Super Friends idea we came up with?
Yep.
That's next. Soup Bones featuring the Super Friends. Everybody's on board. I'm on that Super Squirrel shit right now, and it's gonna fuck everybody up.
Let's do it.
For what? 30 years I've been telling the world about the state of the world for 30 plus years. Now look at us.
Yep.
Goonies never die, boy. Look at that. Goonies never die.
Fucking love you, man.
I love you too, man. And you,
I got to tell you, hey, thank you for back in the day for being so cool to let me jump up on stage and shoot wherever the hell I wanted. And that gave me an advantage that no other photographers got. And it paved the way for me, man. I can't thank you enough.
You know what, man? Practice makes perfect, dude. And you got to have opportunities. And I'm so blessed to be able to provide that vehicle for a whole lot of my friends. Fran, I've had people throw me away. I'm talking day one motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It's been wild, bro. I've been on a faith adventure for the past 10 years since I've been married, or 8 years. And it's been a wonderful eye-opener. I'm still mean as all get out, but now I'm But I always got a plan, but the focus is now zeroed. Got answers to all these fucking equations. And I'm so glad that people like you and Lord didn't choose. You know what I'm saying? You were fair.
Yeah.
You're fair, though.
Yeah.
And that's all I asked for, to be fair. Fred, you know when the world experiment started?
Tell me.
The pandemic with the fake.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody was listening, Fran. I even had motherfuckers that play in Atlanta now because of me, because of us, going at me. I'm like, since when did you weren't listening to what the fuck I was saying? What, you thought I was fake about what I was talking about? Like I was just talking to hear myself talk? Nah, bro. And then you're gonna agree with me then, but now you want to switch up now. I said, that don't make no fucking sense, bro. They not giving away antidotes. They're not giving a cure away, but they'll sure give your punk ass poison. And it was like common sense got thrown out the window. People got pressure, and pressure either make diamonds or bust pipes. One of the two.
Right.
Either you will or you won't. Either you do or you don't. For real, though. And it's been wild, Fran. I'm talking, woo.
I'm sure.
Man, but you've been killing it, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
Man, you the man, you the bomb, bro. Do you know everybody now?
He does.
Hell no. I don't want to know everybody.
You know everybody, don't you?
No,
Knows a lot. But Bo, that's what it's about, man. All these pictures and stuff. He's got like so many pictures that he's gone and found on his film and stuff, man. It's just crazy. And so he's been showing it on his page like unbelievable. And I'm just like, wow, wow, wow. And then see, you didn't see him. You're not seeing it, but your picture's on here also. You know,
I know.
I put you on there on the little.
I'm in the beginning, partner.
Yes. Hey, Bones is the Genesis.
The Genesis.
Yeah.
Wow, the Genesis.
It was there, man.
Wow, Lord, thank you. That's what's up.
That's
and he's my brother. Hey, he's my brother in black and gold too.
Yeah, and listen, you know what?
Hey, dude, we going.
That's all three of us. That's all three of us.
Point shaving right now. Checking this shit out. Point shaving doing. We want everybody to go bananas on these folks, man. They went and got that beast named Mike Williams with the bully Pickens.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got the bully and the beast, bro. We about to run over folks.
Oh, man.
Hey, man, you ain't out with the Steelers?
Nope.
What?
I did get, hang on.
That is going to be our next trip. We're going to take a personal crew, and we're going to get that damn, we're going to get that crew box.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I did get to meet my favorite Steeler, though, of all time, believe it or not, is Rod Woodson.
Rod Woodson,
that's a good one.
Hey.
Well, I grew up, now check this story out. I used to go to vocational Bible schools for about 4 summers with Donnie Shell.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
That's how I met the Pittsburgh Steelers, like the old school ones. Donnie Shell, Mel Blount, LC Green, Mean Joe Green.
You remember where Donnie Shell lived, right?
Huh?
You remember where Donnie Shell lived? He lived in Meadow Lakes, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Did you ever go to those?
No. Nah. He told me he was like, you're too much of the devil to come over here.
Oh, shit.
No.
Oh, my God.
The Lord can never be the devil.
Boy is the biggest dude in the building and scared to punch anybody.
Right?
Lloyd is one of the kindest souls I've ever known. And we are Fort Jackson kids. That's what we, original two right here, man.
Bo,
you know what? Since day one. Even the world wanted me to be mad at you. I was like, y'all don't understand. That's what we're not going to do. Right, we're not going to follow the pattern. Right. Okay? We're going to do something else this time. We're going to grow up and wear our big boy pants and be adults.
Yeah, okay? I appreciate you so much, bro.
I would be a bad friend if I was hating on you, man.
Hey, man, you know it's nothing but love. So he says, about me.
But I invited you, so whatever happened, happened.
Right, indeed. But here's the thing. So he's talking about being a nice guy, right? So Corey, when I went and saw Caesar a couple months ago, here we all are, right? And so Corey tells Sean, he's just like, man, he's too nice, man. We gotta get him to be a little meaner, man. I was like, Corey, come on, man. He's just like, Sean said, when I was just meeting him for the first time, he said, Corey says you're a really, really nice person. I was just like, damn, Corey. Hey, listen, the only time when somebody,
because I grew up with you, but out there in that metal world, that's a bunch of assholes. Everybody trying to be the ego.
But hold on, here's a big thing though, and this is the honest truth. Doing Stuck Mojo songs like Monster and stuff like that, I tried to channel you with certain things. Like with Monster, I'm like, I'm going to kill everybody who looks at me. And that's how I took it. Because when I went on stage, of course you just go into a different world. It's different. And so I went on that stage and I was just like, I want somebody to say something bad to me. I want you to say something. And there was a few people out there. I'm like, after I get off stage, it's over. That's it. But on stage, man, doing those songs, man, come on, man.
Hey, man, they don't understand that adrenaline take you to another level.
Yes,
you
sir.
Step into my circumference, you might just get knocked the fuck out.
100%.
That's what's up.
Hey, man, all I know is I love you, bro, man. I'm trying to tell you.
I love y'all too, man. I'm a go friend, but let's catch up, dude.
Absolutely. I'm going to get your number from Lloyd after this is up.
We got some work to do, partner.
Talk. I'm in.
That's what's up. I know you are. You just had to catch up, man. I'm almost there with this financial blessing that's going to be life changing.
Awesome.
I met Fran when I was transitioning out of the Air Force and stuff, and I was just getting my bearings. And I was angry, dude, because I found out so much information that people weren't going to believe. They was either going to call me crazy or conspiracy theorist. Oh, y'all can trash that motherfucker now. Conspiracy facts. Nigga, I got proof of that, partner. I'm not playing. The radio is now up to 13 and the knob is broke. We started with snapping necks, and we're going to end with something spectacular.
Look
you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Is the Earth flat, man? I said that because I have a friend that he keeps sending me stuff about the Earth being flat, right? I'm just like, dude. And then, another one, we didn't go to the moon. I'm just like, hey, man, you guys.
Hey, have you ever seen that skit with Cat Williams when he talk about the star, the Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
You just go out there with your car. Your car just bounce around and then bang, you turn that bitch into a house. Man, the whole point is people are so closed. Why would they tell us that? Why wouldn't they tell you that?
Yeah.
Y'all don't understand. You got to think bigger than what it is.
No, that's real, man.
Just understand the world is bigger than this motherfucker, y'all. And if you keep thinking, the one big problem hang up, but this is why I love what we've created. We got the most salt and pepper group of motherfuckers in the game, period. The Mojo family is straight colorful.
That's right.
A straight crayon box. And I'm so proud of that. Because when you go from country to country, state to state, continent to continent, you got to hang out with the natives, bro.
That's right.
You and Fred, y'all ain't no punks. Y'all ain't scared. Y'all ain't no scary people on Super Friends. No people with alternative motives on the Super Friends. It's not happening.
Right.
I'm done. G.O.D. the Almighty, the Alpha Omega, he got me, partner. And I can't wait to tell the stories, partner. I have been blessed immensely. I'm happy, Fran. Can you believe it?
I love it.
You ain't never seen me smile so much, nigga.
Love it.
I am sad right now. I lost my dad in July, and we're at his house right now. And so I just want to say, everybody out there that are in the Dead Parents Club, I'm sorry I got to be blunt like that because fuck PC. This shit sucks, man. So I got love for all y'all out there. Fran, I love you, man. I'm so fucking proud of you, man. Ain't nobody else going to say that shit to you. Ain't nobody else going to tell you. Maybe Corey. But all them other motherfuckers, man. All them other motherfuckers. Hey, I know what I want you to listen. Listen to the Broken Silence record, Fran.
Say that again.
Listen to the Broken Silence record, Fran. You gonna laugh your motherfucking ass off.
I'll listen.
Because you've been there from the beginning. So you gonna be like, God damn, Bones, why you doing like that? I spare no one.
Yeah, that's on the Bones album, man. Most definitely with the dope as you be.
But I'm done with it. I'm done being mean. I'm done putting everybody face in because that's not what it's about. The reconnect is real. So the Super Friend thing come, it's all about healing. We gotta heal one another, man. Because this one scene has not grown and blown up like it should have. Everybody's scared or waiting. I don't know what the fuck they waiting on, but I'm about to get it. We about to get it and put everybody in position, and we gonna fucking bum rush this motherfucker. It's so many mistakes, so many deep pockets and alligator arm motherfuckers in our sport. I'm sick, and I know all these motherfuckers. Why y'all not collaborate? Why y'all not taking the extra effort? It's the same old lame old, man. The shit is fucking disappointing. These cats are dope-ass musicians and won't none of these motherfuckers work with each other. They all fucking know me. Would you think one would call and say, hey, man, Bones, come on, get on here. I don't suck. Or we wouldn't be friends.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So put that jealousy, envy, and greed Jealousy, envy, and greed needs. Jealousy, envy, and greed seeds. Jealousy, envy, and greed breeds. Bullshit. You don't make no dollars. You ain't where you're supposed to be. Our land ain't fucking number one. But that's okay. I got a plan, partner, and it's coming. I'm gone, Fran. I love you. Lord, I'm home. So let's get that workshop going, partner. I'm done mourning. The 90 days is up. I'm ready to get it, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much, man. And Fran, I just listen.
Good seeing you, man. This was the best surprise I could have dreamed.
My wife's name is Pegatha Archie. She saved my soul. Because my heart's been busted like a motherfucker so many times. Blade and Bliss, awesome. I have a son. His name is Marcus. Goes to Cincinnati University. He kicks ass too. And we got twins, Alec and Alexis, coming.
There you go. Congratulations.
We made a baby from nothing, dude. My wife already had menopause, man. Ain't that some crazy shit?
Wow.
That is crazy.
Super sperm.
It's a wild boy. We appreciate you, man. Love you, man.
We're going to have some fun, man. So good to see you, boy.
You too, man. Fucking nuts.
Man, I'm still high strung like a motherfucker, bro. This energy has been sitting. But God said, hey, man, real story. I tried to go back out on the road with the Bones thing with Kurt and them. Brand new van, brand new trailer. Get to Tennessee, go pick them up, and the motherfucker blew up, caught on fire. The only thing that survived was my Bible, bro. Now, one page was burnt.
Wow.
So put that in y'all motherfucker beliefs pipe and smoke it. Conspiracy theory, what? Nah, nigga. I'm blessed, dude. It's blessings, man. Dude got his hand on me, man.
Yeah.
You remember the story I told y'all? I can't wait for y'all to meet Eric, my homeboy from the Air Force, standing right next to me, gun in the alley because I was rolling sevens. Motherfucker went click, click, and it was a fucking revolver. My homeboy come out, knock the gun out. Oh, man, this shit ain't even loaded. Open the chamber, 6 goddamn bullets, bro.
Wow.
And I have a witness. So these ain't lies. I ain't got time to lie, man.
Yeah.
That shit is not Theron Gerard Archie, period. Y'all know that. All y'all motherfuckers out there, y'all know that. I ain't hurt no more. I don't hold any malice towards anybody. I can't, man.
It frees you, man. It frees
One of my homeboys called me up and cursed me the fuck out. Day one, dude, man. I responded with this. Man, I know you just coming at me because you love me, man. That motherfucker was stuck on the phone like, didn't know what to say. I can't give in to that energy anymore.
Right.
It's done. I can't. It was weighing me the fuck down, man.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Man, I'm ready. Hey, man, I'm gone. I'm getting off this interview, bro. Peace. I love y'all, man.
Love you, man. We're all at you, man.
Good to see you.
Hey, man, you know, we talk, man. I just wanted to surprise you, my brother, you know.
Man. What a blast from the past. Holy shit. He's real, man.
Always.
Always real. Just spitting.
I kind of caught you off guard, man, but I knew it would. So I was waiting. I told him, I said, man, give us a few minutes, man, and I want you to come on in, man, because when he was speaking about you, well, when I was telling him, I was like, friend, and then he was just like, hey, man, and then he just went into it, and I was just like, oh, so you really know Fran like that? And he was he was just like, man, that's my guy, man, and
we used to go to this place called Barnacles every now and then on Beaufort Highway.
Uh-huh.
I think it was off Beaufort or somewhere in Gwinnett County to watch Steeler games. It was like the Steeler home quarter.
Right.
He's a diehard Steeler, man. Like I
definitely, man. I'm right there with him, man. I'm still a fan, most definitely, man.
Wild as hell. Well, thank you for
listen. I know we kind of went over there, but I just knew that would be a good thing for you, man. And you know, it's love. So now we'll roll back into these last few questions. and anything that you want to talk about. Because, okay, well, I'll tell you what, I want to go into this. The last time we talked, you were speaking about the new documentaries that you're doing. What's the new ones that you have coming out?
There's a few of them, actually. We just wrapped most of the post-production on a blues documentary that's centered through the harmonica.
Right.
Called In the Reeds. And it's a deep dive into the history of the blues and how it kind of blossomed and found its way in the DNA of all music was today. Got so many great players in there, man. John Popper, John Mayall, who we just lost from the Blues Breakers, who's responsible for so many other bands coming out. I mean, Jeff Beck to, the Stones, Fleetwood Mac. I mean, his fingerprints are just all over the stuff.
Yeah.
So that's in post, just wrapped up post. So we're just trying to get it all finished up. And there's another one that's, I wanted to call it similar to Hired Gun, but it is about the backup musicians, but it's more about what their everyday lives are and how they navigate that, right? Because if you're not working, you're not making money. There's very few musicians on retainer.
Hey, real tough.
You talking about real? These guys keep it real too. They're not afraid to like put it all out there and show the backside of the story, right? You see, I mean, when you're watching Lady Gaga and there's $10 million worth of production on stage, and you're looking at these guys, you're like, these guys must be rolling in money too. Right. And then you find out they're not on the road. Some of these guys are doing construction or Uber drivers or selling out of the back of their pickup truck. It's crazy. So that's kind of like the development phase. We're out shopping it now.
That's going to be great. That's going to be great.
I'm excited about it. It's really, really good. And then there's a couple of true crime ones. I'm kind of dipping my toes into true crime.
Right.
So there's one on this guy named Cliff Panizich, who was the ringleader of the largest fake sports memorabilia ring in history. So he would sell autographs, like he would sign the baseballs, football, flats, whatever.
Right. Sell
them on eBay. And, he was free for about 4 or 5 years. So the FBI caught on to him. And the biggest eBay, like, fraudulent ring in history, like in eBay's history still to this day.
Wow.
25,000 items he sold on eBay to the tune of $10 million. And it's a wild catch me if you can story, man. It's so good.
And didn't you say that he, and I want to talk about the guy right there, I believe, but didn't you say that his autograph looked so, he was so good at that?
And the FBI sat him down when they were interviewing him. They're like, I want to see how good you are. He goes, okay. He goes, well, who do you want me to sign? He goes, LeBron. Okay. As a Cavalier or a Laker? So he signed, I guess he had different numbers, like a 24 and 8 or something. They signed him, and the FBI agent opened up his iPad and looked at his autograph. He's like, it's identical.
Wow.
I can't. And I had him sign, like when we were filming the sizzle reel or the trailer. We brought in, like production brought in all these jerseys, footballs, buckets of baseballs. And I'd be like, Tom Brady.
Right.
You're just kind of like, oh my God, that's, Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Oh, how about a Larry Bird and Michael Jordan ball? Dual signed. I'm like, okay. So he signed both. You just can't tell, man. The guy's, he's like a savant, right?
Right.
Like, you can't make this shut up, man. The story is just so out there. I've got another true crime show that I'm co-directing with a guy named Mason Dixon, who brought the project to me. About a true cold case, 13-year cold case murder that happened in Nashville on Music Row. It's got, dirty payola, behind it and all these other things and murder, and it's a wild ass show too, and it's shot beautifully.
Yeah.
And then a wine travel show called Message in the Bottle.
Oh, that's a great title.
yeah. It's really cool, man. So it's kind of traveling around the world, going to these different vineyards and speaking to the farmers and the people behind the wine labels.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not so much about the tasting notes, like, oh, this tastes like gravel and dirt.
Right.
It's about what went in, like the family heritage and history and the climate and everything else that goes into this one particular bottle, this one, vintage or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Really interesting,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you just out there handling business. It's just like Bones was saying, man, it's just you found your niche. You found your thing that makes you feel beyond great. And you're not good at it, you're great at it. And once again, when you were saying, just like, say you would shoot Judas Priest, you do it. Yeah, you're out there getting your money and you're handling your business, but it's something that you love and you're passionate about. And when you're doing that, that's got to be one of the greatest things, man. It's got to be just beyond.
Like I said, man, I spent a lot of money on this thing, and I'm not looking for a return. I'm going to shoot because I found my passion again.
Yeah.
And I lost it for a while because I was doing these movies, and it's nobody will tell you how hard it is to make a movie and get it out to the world.
Mm-hmm.
Toughest thing I've ever done in my life.
Right.
The fact that I found this gift on eBay after searching for a month for the right one and got it in my hands means something. So
awesome.
I'm going to make the most out of it, whether I make a penny or not. I don't care. It's going to bring me joy, and I hope
it's already priceless. You just like with anything, people put a price on things. You put that price on whatever you want it to be. It might not mean that to anybody else, but to you, it's priceless, man. Just like this conversation to me is priceless. I really mean that. I'm not just saying that. Every time that you've been on here, I've had such a great time, man, just learning and listening and you're just so knowledgeable and just seeing you be passionate about what you're doing. So do you have, from all these photos and things that you have, do you plan on compiling these to make your own? We need that Fran Strine documentary, man. What are we doing, man? Come on, man.
I'm not interesting. Yeah, I'm not interesting enough for a documentary, but at some point I do plan on doing something with them. I don't want them to just sit here and rot. I mean, if people are asking if they can buy it, okay, can I buy a print or whatever? Right. Mm-hmm. I'll make them available for purchase, in a bit. Mm-hmm. I got to get them all cataloged and cleaned up, I got hundreds of photos left to scan and go through that are just blowing my. Matter of fact, how about this? Going through all these boxes, I found 4 rolls of negatives that have to be 15 years old because I haven't shot film in 15 years.
Right.
I have no idea what are on those rolls.
That's crazy.
I took them into the shop the other day, and I'll get them back late next week. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a complete surprise what are on these rolls. And I don't know.
100%.
I was like, what the hell is this? They've been used, and we'll find out what they are next week. I'm excited.
Hey, just looking forward to seeing more film seeing more, content out there on your page. Because every time I look, I'm just like, look at that right there. This dude right here has done so much, man. It's just amazing, man. But just like Bones was saying, once again, you doing what you're doing and enjoying what you're doing, man. It's just a great thing, man. And,
love it.
Oh, my brother.
You told me I would make a living doing this, and
yeah. And once again, every time I talk to people on the show, man, I'm listening because I want to do things like where I can move over here and do this. As I tell a lot of people, they say, well, when you're speaking about people having to, driving a food truck or Ubering or whatever like that, I always say that to tell people that's the hobby over there.
It really is.
The real stuff, right?
Yeah. Ray Parker Jr. did teach me a valuable lesson because I was still shooting before I did his movie, even after Hired Gun, I was still shooting commercials,
right?
Music videos. He's like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, I got to make money. He goes, yeah, but don't you want to be a filmmaker? I'm like, yeah. He goes, when you look in the rear view mirror, you're going to crash and not see what's in front of you.
Mm.
Be planned down to the ground.
Mm.
burn it down. He goes, I never had a B plan.
Wow.
And he goes, if you keep looking behind you and like always have something to fall back on, that's where you're going to be comfortable with, and you're not going to go the right direction. And as soon as I dropped everything else, I mean, everything became crystal clear what I needed to do. And it put my ass into overdrive because nobody's paying my bills.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I have to make this succeed.
Yeah.
And I got the funding right away for Ray's movie when I quit doing all this other business, and sold it faster than I thought I would. Because I was like, who in the hell is going to want a documentary on Ray Parker Jr.? Because if you don't know, you got to get somebody to start watching the movie first.
Right, I got you. Yeah.
Sony Pictures came to the table. It was like, we want it.
Yeah. And see, when you say that, me growing up, I just know, just think about Woman Needs Love, just like all of those songs like that, man, that's what I know so well. My parents played it, my brother being a DJ, and just us growing up in those early 80s, and he was doing it way before that. You
want to hear something crazy? He told me he's got a song called The Other Woman.
Yes, with the other woman. Listen, I know it all.
So it's got that fuzz kind of distorted guitar.
Yeah.
He was the first black artist. Clive Davis told all white radio stations, you have to play this if you want to play Whitney Houston or all, I got to get this guy on the radio.
Right.
So thanks to Clive Davis, who's a white man, by the way.
Yeah, of course, Clive.
He helped develop so many black artists. Like, and he admired Ray Parker, and he got him signed and taught him how to use his money wisely. And in turn, Ray told me how to save money.
I remember.
I just got a damn bank account, man. If I can tell anybody on here about it's not like I'm rolling in millions of dollars or anything, but I'm not worrying for a while because Ray told me what to do with my money. I just had it in my Chase checking account. It was a good bit of money. He's like, man, what do you got your money in the bank for? You're losing money every time you leave $1 in that bank.
Yeah.
You need to open up a TD Ameritrade that is not there. It's called Schwab now.
Schwab,
invest in some stocks, put some stuff in an IRA. And I listened to him. I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm talking about. He goes, well, how much money you want to spend? I was like, well, how much should I spend? He goes, what are you comfortable losing?
Right.
Because you could lose in the stock market. I was like, this much. And I just gave him my phone.
Yeah.
That's how much trust I had in him.
Right.
And he picked out the stocks for me. And I'm here to tell you, man, because of that, I was able to buy this house cash.
Wow.
Like, he did me right, man. And I owe him so much. And I'm still thankful for everything he's taught me, and including not looking back behind me.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
So I can tell any of these people, if you got a passion, eat ramen noodles, do what you got to do, but look straight ahead and dive like straight in. Kick the door open when you get that opportunity, and don't disappoint, and you'll be free.
Yeah, I know a young lady that I was introduced by my son, and she came from Toronto to Atlanta, and she's so talented. She plays her own music. She sings. She's just got a Sade type vibe feel to her, young lady. And I was just, the same thing that you're just saying now. I'm just like, you've got to do you. At your age right now, I said, there's nothing holding you back. You don't have anybody to tie you down or whatever like that. You just go full steam ahead and be selfish about you, because it's about you. Enjoy every single moment. I just listened to, I was listening to, when I was going to Charleston, I was just listening to her music. And I was just like, God, I wish I could do more. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, she's just that talented. She really is. Yeah. So I hear you,
man. Just forge ahead.
Forge ahead. So, oh my goodness, it's been so great. and I do want to tell you, see, the last time we had conversation, on the last time you were on the show, we talked about the Ray Parker thing offline. And I want to tell you something. I have spoken. It's like that meant so much to me to hear that. And I've had that conversation where I've said, like, hey, so I was talking with Mr. Francisco Strine, right? So, like, I'm knowledgeable or something.
Yeah.
I was like, he told me an amazing story.
Yeah.
And so when you said it just now, just like, yeah, man, just incredible when you have somebody who can help you out and is not afraid to help you out. And it's just like, I mean, listen, each one teach one. If you can help somebody, man, that's just a great thing. And a lot of people, as Bones was saying earlier, a lot of people, they don't want to share stuff. It's like they want to hold on. They don't want to see you do well. And I've never been that person. Once again, we're military kids. We came up a certain way. I know how my mother was, father was. I'm going to do my best to help if I can. That's just who I am. And I don't apologize for being who I am,
Right.
And, even though Corey said, Corey and Sean said I need to be meaner, but I'm just going to be mean.
You don't got to be mean.
I'm just going to be mean.
Hey, you know what, man? I don't know. Did you I know that you were in Mojo, but did you live in Atlanta at all?
Oh, let me tell you something. Rich Ward, and I asked Rich. I said, Rich, here I am in this band. And I said, I'm really filling in for Bones, really. And I said, what are we going to do? Is this going to be like a nonstop thing? Is this going to be, And one thing I'll give him respect for, he looked at me, he turned his head for a second, and then he looked back at me, he said, I can't promise you that. Because I was ready to move to Atlanta to say like, hey, I'm going to do this, because here goes my opportunity. I'm not as young as I was, but here's the opportunity that Bones brought me to. And so I'm just like, man. So when he said that, I was just like, yo, but Atlanta, my children live in Atlanta. My sister's in Atlanta. A lot of family down in Atlanta, man. But Atlanta is, like you're in Oklahoma where you are, man. There's so much in Atlanta, man. The traffic is so bad at times, man. I was just like, yo, man, I can't deal with all this.
I'm not going to lie. The traffic in Atlanta is worse than Los Angeles. Man, I've been on the 405. I've been on the 10.
Yes.
On the 5. Nothing is like Atlanta traffic.
So they had a list of the worst traffic in the nation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta wasn't on there. I was like, bullshit.
Atlanta, hands down. Boston's got pretty bad, but nothing.
Boston got bad. My sisters live in Boston. That traffic bad too.
Boston's bad, but man, Atlanta's hands down.
Yeah.
And I've been around this country several times. Atlanta, hands down, is the worst traffic.
The first time, I know we're all on a tangent, but I love it though. The first time that I knew of super bad traffic, we were going to see my sister graduate. She was living in Boston and she was graduating from high school. And so we drove up there and we got to New York. And I can remember, here, now you see it everywhere where they tell you how long you're going to be on the highway. So New York had it way back when. And I was just like, it said, if you're on the Long Island Expressway, it will be 4 hours. I said, that's not what they really mean, is it? So now I'm working a job up in New York at this place called Sterling Ford's IBM, right?
Mm-hmm.
So some of the temp guys are in there and they were saying like, hey, when we get up to come to work, we can't be 5 minutes late from the time that we get on this highway. That's the difference between an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. And I'm like, man, but it's just that many people there. And I was just like, that's crazy. They're like, nah, man, I'm telling you, you're there late just a little bit, you're fucked.
Yep. No, I know, man. Going to dinner in LA is a 5-hour adventure.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
Crazy, man. That's crazy. Well, look, my brother, listen, the floor is yours, man. Please tell everybody where they can check you out, see what you got going on, man, because they really need to, man. You are a definite must watch and listen, man. I don't care what nobody says, man. Believe it. You definitely are. All your work is excellent. It's next level nice, as I like to say, man. And let people know what's up, man.
Man, all my socials are the same. It's just my name, Fran Strine, Strine. Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever it is. Now, I don't really, not that active on Twitter.
Yeah.
But Facebook. I will be making a YouTube channel for some of these videos, and I'm going to be digitizing soon.
Right.
And so everything's just Fran Strine. You can find me there. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
I'll be posting a lot more. I've been on a tangent the past few weeks, but there's a lot more coming, including these new images. I have no idea what they are. So
yeah. And so, but hold on now. Did we talk about it? We did talk about it, I believe. So you found film, right? You found some other film that you don't know what's on there yet, right?
No idea. I have no clue. It's like a 15-year-old treasure that's been buried. And yeah, I just turned the film in day before yesterday.
That's what you're speaking. So we did speak about it yesterday. I just want to make sure we covered it right and proper. Hey, man.
It's going to be a trip.
Listen, I'm watching. I'm patiently watching. Every time you put something on there, I'm like, I always tell people, I don't want to act like I'm a lunatic and liking everything. I said, but man, Fran's got so much great stuff out there. You've done so much, man. And I know probably even when you go back and look at stuff, it's just like, wow. It's like, wow, I did it. Yeah.
Like, even back with this camera before I went pro, I would take it to photo shoots with me.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I put in the tape the other day and I'm like, the hell is this? That was Stone Sour on their very first tour.
Wow.
Yeah, with Corey Taylor and Jim Root from Slipknot.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the whole show. It's just one camera, but it's the whole show. They let me film everything, because I was tight with those guys. And I did a photo shoot with the original OG Stone Sour, with their original bass player, original drummer before, Roy Mayorga came in and a couple others. And Johnny Chow on bass. There's another guy who was actually a tech for Slipknot, but he was the bass player for Stone Sour. And I remember some of those photos. And it's just bringing back just wild memories, man.
Indeed. Now, I do want to ask you, because we talked about it before, what's the guy from Atlanta, the producer that they asked you to possibly?
Mike Will made it.
Mike Will made it. That's who it was. Yeah. I was trying to remember. Yeah. Now, I'm praying that comes to fruition for you, bro. He's a dope. He's dope.
Look, he's a busy dude, and I try not to bug him, but I'll be riding my bike, and he'll just FaceTime me. What's up, bro? Doing this? I'm like, man, I'm waiting on you. I'm ready. I'm born ready. Let's go. That's how it is, man. Look, you can't pressure somebody into telling their life story.
Right.
So it's like, when you're ready to tell me your story, you'll let me know, and I'll be prepared, and we'll get funding for this right away. Because, man, this guy's a super. Look him up. Mike Will made it.
Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah.
18 years old, man, working with Drake, Kendrick Lamar.
Yes.
Wally, all of these guys, man. Miley Cyrus, he put her on the map.
Yes, indeed.
And he's cool as fuck, man. He's one of the coolest, realest dudes ever, man. He's like, when you be in Atlanta, I'm like, free, I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
His travel agent's calling me, booking me a first class ticket and putting me up at Ritz-Carlton. I'm like, I'll work with this guy. Yeah, man.
Of course. That just lets you know, once again, you are that dude, man. You gotta,
man.
Listen, you stay humble, but you embrace it, man, and that's a good thing, man. There's no doubt. And so, ladies and gentlemen, before we get out of here, I want to say this right here. So here is the title that I've been dealing with for a while, and so it doesn't have to be the entire documentary. It can be like a nice short, right? It's called Stuck in the Mojo. And so you got Bones and Rich and all those guys at first. Then you have me, and then you have Robbie J. Florence. And hey, listen, some of you can make some money on.
Hey, man. Hey.
I'm just putting it out.
Hey, Stuck Mojo paved the way for how many other artists?
Oh, man. So
honestly, they were the blueprint, and their DNA is all over Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, 100%.
Seven Dust.
Yes, sir.
So many bands, man.
Yeah.
They were forced to be reckoned with on stage. I mean, there's only a handful of bands I'll put up there.
Yeah.
Seven Dust, Slipknot, Amen, Stuck Mojo, that are just unconscious when they're on stage.
Indeed.
They don't know what. And it's dangerous. I love it.
No doubt, man. And look, man, once again, thank you so much, bro. This has been, you know what? The last one was so great, and things happened. But this one, right, it was even next level.
Hey, man.
And I'm telling you, this was supposed to happen this way. It was supposed to happen this way.
Yeah. That's the play. Hey, real quick, if people want to watch Hired Gun, if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it there. Or if you have Peacock, the streaming platform, it's on Peacock. Ray Parker Jr.'s documentary is called Who You Gonna Call? Sony Pictures picked it up, and it's on all VOD platforms. You just kind of type it in. It's on Apple TV or Amazon or whatever, where you can rent movies. You know, they haven't put it on a standard platform yet.
Right.
They're looking to get paid. So
Gotcha. Yeah, no doubt. We understand it, man. Well, look, once again, greatness, man. This is greatness, ladies and gentlemen. This young man is a great, great, great individual. So listen, once again, it is yours truly, the Lord Nelson, that is. Yes, indeed. The big guy with the big show from Live and Loud with the Lord on the CMS network with 5 Royals Entertainment. And my very special guest, my very special, super talented, amazing, incredible. Anything else we can use to describe you, man?
Keep it going.
That's that guy. It is Fran Strine, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, man.
Thanks so much, bro. Really appreciate you, bro.